We'll now have a presentation from Dr. Girma. He's the Director for Climate, Geospatial and Biometrics Research Program at the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research. And his co-presenter is Dr. Degefie Tidebe, a postdoctoral research fellow at the Water and Land Resource Center of Addis Ababa University. So, Dr. Girma, if you wait before you start, just tell us your role in the context of the Coalition of the Willing as well.
Thank you, Chipo. Actually, earlier, Dr. Degefie was the member of CoW and also task force chairman for the one of the task forces. And when he left the position, I took the responsibility of leading the directorate together what has been chairing, including the CoW task forces. So in this case, I'm neither a member of CoW nor a soil scientist. Rather, I'm climate man. And that is why when you see in my title, I found it unfair to leave out the term climate, because being a climate man, how on earth I can leave out my own subject. That's why I said, actually, the title is revolves around CoW is tenure, or it has got the permanent residence at EIR, but for what purpose? It's for the integrated soil, agronomy, climate, data promotes open data access, and the big analytics in the transformative digital agriculture ecosystem of Ethiopia. So this is, it might be the new area of where we have to, as a soil scientist, agronomist, and the climate people, here is where we have to focus. As His Excellency Mr. Sani said in the morning, Ethiopia has already disclosed the digital economy-led growth, and accordingly, the Ministry of Agriculture has also picked that grand strategy or perspective plan, and already they also disclosed that digital agriculture practices is the way forward in case of Ethiopia, and that is one way of transforming smallholders to smart farmers. That is the whole idea. When you see these pictures, we would like to see, it says future farmers, small and smart. So what we are saying is we have to transform these farmers, not necessarily to farmers having commercial or very large piece of land. They can produce a lot from a small piece of land. That is the target in case of digital agriculture, and this is one way of transforming our farmers from and liberating them from poverty. So the whole idea is how best to produce, how best to harvest, process, and then treat and pack, and then distribute or sell. So please, can you continue? Please continue. So my presentation headlines are, first I would like to talk about what is the objective of this presentation, and one slide about Ethiopian agriculture, and also linking Ethiopian agriculture with the data access management and the sharing versus the Ethiopian agriculture transformations interest, and the digital agriculture practices, which is already being mainstream into Ethiopian agriculture research system. And we have some experiences also, which we have to demonstrate through this presentation from the field under the large scale demonstration plots. And then we can, we will see what are the challenges common to AR and the CoW in terms of forming partnership and proceeding together to really contribute substantially to the transformation of Ethiopian agriculture, and what kind of lessons we learn, and emerging opportunities, and actually transforming smallholders to smart farmers. continue. Please proceed. So my 4 objectives are 4 inform objectives. These are to inform that CoW has received the first class residence at AIR. I think this is good news for the CoW members. And today I will be giving you your key. So this is one good news for you. The second one is to inform how best AIR and the CoW can jointly venture into preparing digital agriculture practices in Ethiopia, and that to emphasize that the development has already outpaced the research system. The research products are really, we are lagging behind. That is why I put 3 question marks, and this must be answered at the end of this presentation. The third one is to inform AIR and the CoW joining the movement around Ethiopian agriculture, to particularly around the transformation agenda. And finally, to inform AIR and the CoW members take the lead, at least for the first wave of the startup of the DA research for development and projects. Please proceed. So just one slide introduction. We know that Ethiopian agriculture is, in terms of, it is growing. It's a front runner in terms of growth, and it is a game changer in the microeconomy of the country, and it injects the largest share of capital to the gross domestic product. So the productivity is actually on the upside. It is increasing by a factor of 4 to 3. And in this technology, in this growth, the technology has been having a lion's share in contributing to the growth in productivity of cereals, and particularly improved seeds and fertilizer. And currently, however, the sector is in the acute state of it is from change to challenge. It has already is facing another change. That means from change to challenge. That means the need for more than doubling agricultural productivity to feed 138 million mouths by 2030 is a big question to our agricultural scientists and the development communities. So just few words about technical challenges in this cases about that. The main point is Ethiopian agriculture has been a self-exploitative business, and yet it faces other sectors. The issue of soil erosion, the carbon removal of carbon from the soil, nutrient depletion, polluted water for irrigation purpose, sodicity, salinity, all those are really making agriculture to be self-exploitative by itself. And then due to the climate change, there is a new appearance of disease, and then the sick pests build up, and really water is also getting polluted. When you think of the urban agriculture, for instance, in Addis, the water is already polluted, and it needs some kind of management for successful farming. Please. So accordingly, the National Planning and Development Commission has very recently disclosed that in June 2020 that Ethiopia has disclosed the targeted digital economy-led investment perspective plan for 10 years, which will go through from 2021 to 2030. And the 5 economic development pillars are listed here. The first pillars are increasing production and the competitiveness of Ethiopian economy, ensuring a private sector-led growth, and institutional transformation, which means the capacity to successfully implement the projects and the programs for ensuring fair and equitable opportunities, particularly for the women and users. And finally, building a green and climate resilient economy. These are the 6 very important pillars that have been indicated in the recently disclosed digital agriculture economy led by the Ethiopian government. As per the digital-led economy of the country, then the Ministry of Agriculture has also picked the same direction and tracked that way also, and they also disclosed that Ethiopian agriculture will be led by digitalized agriculture. So, for instance, they stipulated to have the data for smallholder farmers' main season productivity to increase in 2022. I mean, in 2012, from 2012 to 2022, you can see those data. It is a kind of for smallholder farmers, the production during main season, during bulk season, and under irrigation. You can see it is more, the production should increase at least even by triple or quadruple. The productivity has also has to increase for some crops like teff, you can see that, and for barley, for wheat, and for maize. This has been indicated in the draft strategy disclosed by the Ministry of Agriculture in the last June 2020. So this is it's a challenge really to the agricultural scientists and the development workers. Can we really achieve with the pace that we have been proceeding now? So it is a must that the concept of digital agriculture and the practices has to come on board and being taken up properly by the agricultural scientists. That is what we believe. So please continue. So within the elements of the digital agriculture practices that has been indicated by the Ministry of Agriculture, we remember about the Comprehensive African Agriculture Development Program and also the African Union Agenda 2063, which says that digital agriculture revolution will be the newest shift to ensure agriculture meets the needs of the population into the future. This is for the whole Ethiopian, for Africa, and it also Ethiopia has to track this way. So we are not an exceptional, but we have to track it, whether we like it or not. So that means we have to produce, digital agriculture implies that the products and the services that utilize digital technologies or digitally enabled data analysis to transform practices across the agricultural value chains, such as market linkages, connecting smallholder farmers to high quality farm inputs, including farm mechanization. For instance, to get the tractor service from the villages, they have to say hello tractors services down the line to off taking the products for selling. So these are the areas where the value chain of actors must come into picture. That means enabling digitalization of Ethiopian agriculture information for the key role players. This is a policy gap actually, and we have to capture, it is called the latecomer advantage. We have to capture this technology because it has already been exploded. So in this respect, so sorry, colleagues. AIR is in this respect, AIR is a powerhouse of data and the technology. As we know, it has been contributing to the Ethiopian agricultural development trajectory, targeting a transformed sector performance since the 1960s. And it has been contributing. The technology has been the major driver of the transformation in the process, taking advantage of the opportunities presented over the last 50+ years in AIR. And there is a myriad of research data has been accumulated, and by actually this time by about 20 research centers and about 12 research directorates working for the institute. So proceed, please. Hello. So we do have some research charter in AIR. That means we are progressive and innovative. We follow progressive and innovative ways to achieve its core objective in response to the emerging challenges and opportunities. We have also a culture of wider circle of influence having towards the technology, for the technology penetration to improve farmers and pastoralists' livelihood. And we do have also the very seasoned partnership and the networking culture with our partners, including the international organizations, and also in terms of data management. And now CoW is on board which is becoming one of our handful partners. So I would like to congratulate you that we have given you a space in our institute, and we will be having an office and an recognition. So we will be working together for the rest of the time, maybe as per our agreement. So when we said Ethiopian agriculture is digital agriculture, actually is high on the agenda of the government. The transformation is a keyword, as you heard this morning. It is transformative, means a vibrant agriculture, modern and business that creates value for smallholders, reduce costs, and affordable, nutritious, and healthy food for all, according to the Center for Technical Assistance publications. So it is a practice driven by digits, aiming at an integrated agriculture system, processing and automation of the decisions using digitalizations. That means it is a lifeblood of innovations, thus deriving significant shifts from the business as usual way of, or what we call the traditional way of doing things. So far we have been doing things in a traditional way. This way we can't afford it. We have to move away from the traditional way of doing things. In research, it enables more moving from manually collected data per se to real-time insights, and building the predictive capacities. And you can see that, you can see down there, our ATRSS, the satellite is there, the drone technology, the irrigation technology, the soil and the crop sensors are there. We need really, in order to perform, in order to transform Ethiopian agriculture, all these digital solutions must come into picture. Otherwise, we can't afford. So please. So the status of DA practices in Ethiopian agriculture, it says it's already 10 years old in Africa, but only 0.1 year in Ethiopia. So that means we are lagging by 10 years, by 9 years. It's a practice, actually the practice have not been attracted attention from the government side, and it has been hanging around the clever name, what we call it, climate smart agriculture, which really nothing has been on the ground except too much attendance to the ceremonials, like including workshops, trainings, conference, and so forth. So now the concept of digital agriculture must be more than this one, and we have to go down to the earth. So the reason is actually lack of policy direction, and we prioritize the easiest to achieve activities, maybe because of poor investment given to agriculture, and there is no targeted extension services aiming at DA practices. And there is no registered farmers and the pastoralists practicing DA so far, except maybe few projects that are being fueled by the donors. And few examples are the weather surveillance advisory solutions, where climate pastoralists in northern Kenya and southern Ethiopia, and maybe the 2080 of the ATA. Please. Yes, Ipo. So there are 4 compelling reasons for DA need in Ethiopia. That means we have to double current levels of production over the next decades so that we can feed the growing, demand and achieve food security and nutrition security. The other one is about the ubiquity of the mobile phones. Maybe I can guess that about 10% of the smallholder farmers in Ethiopia have smartphones by this time, and maybe I put a question mark because I haven't got very good data. Anyway, despite the data is scanty, the reach of digital solutions will continue to grow, and they may cover 10% as much of the Ethiopian smallholder farmers within a short term, at least in the future. So the third one is the stretch objective is it's all about money. By the way, digital agriculture it's not only about environment, it's all about the battery. So it's only, as you can see on the right hand side, that money is there. So We would like to see our farmers while they are living, they are making the decent life being in the rural areas. And again, 70% of the Ethiopian people are 35, below 35, and this time they are very reluctant to work with backward system, and rural exodus is getting very high. So digital agriculture is one means to solve this problem. So small holding, but smart farming is the best way forward. Please continue. So data access, management, and sharing is a hidden interest in IR. We say that we are strong in research, but we have also good level of database system, but there is some problem inside there that we have to work on, and we have to improve it. So we know that data is a building block for any level of analysis, including simple descriptive analysis to the complex modeling and the mapping. So data as available institutional asset, data needs to be adequately accessed, managed, and for common goal. And we do have scientific and social responsibility to collect data, to manage data, to access, and share. So the gauge should be, the barometer should be measured through synergy, effectiveness, efficiency, complementarity, and the supplementarity of those data. So despite the dynamism in the volume of data, data sharing policy is in AIR is not clearly articulated and then enforced among the mainstream research directories of AIR. So now the policy of CoW, which you are referring to, must help in filling this gap, to tell you honestly speaking. So attempts have always been there, but building a database has been a problem. So please continue. So now, when you come to CoW, CoW has already got, I said that has already got a permanent residence at our AIR. We know that we learned that CoW is a brainchild of scholars drawn from research and development and international organizations. We would like to congratulate you for having such a vibrant team, developing such a vibrant members, content CoW. And I'm sure I will be applying to be member of this CoW very shortly. So they are really who are very willing to share the SAD, soil agronomy data. So CoW recognizes a wider gap in agricultural data system in which they say that says that it is underdeveloped, fragmented, and of low quality. So we have to work on this one by joining hands. So CoW is also its willingness to deposit in data at AIR in the face of promoting digital agriculture data access and analytics, and we can add values to what CoW is doing and what AIR is also doing. So CoW's data access management and sharing leverages it can leverage the cutting edge technologies that can be harnessed into DA practices. So we can repurpose what is really the very basic characteristics of CoW. So CoW's achievement of great interest to AI are already listed there. I'm sure Dr. Lursagad Dr. Tekulu will share with us what they have achieved, but what I know are really very interesting outputs have been listed, and they are going to tell us more about their achievements. That is why maybe I can bypass this slide. So again, while EIR has given a residence to CoW, again, CoW has also recognized EIR for really managing the soil agronomy, climate data stewardship, and the data confidentiality rule, what we call it reciprocity, which means really we help each other. With an institutional setup, and the Network Research Center, Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research, has been chosen for the right reason. We do have research centers which are interconnected through internet, about 20 research centers. So we do have an excellent human infrastructure, both in terms of literacy and the numeracy. We are close to 1,000 researchers. having enormous potential to be released. And we do have also fair national network of research undertaking on soil, agronomy, crops, livestock, and farm mechanization and the climate. And we can work together with AR can work with RARIS and higher learning institutions, and the working partnership with global, regional, and local and scientific communities. For instance, we are working together with 11 CGR centers out of 15. So we are also fairly furnished with soil and nutrition laboratory, enormous accumulated research data sets from laboratories, field experiments, and crop climate modeling. So we can see those on the right-hand side, the climate, GIS, and ICT statistics staff. These are the core members, and we are ready to be part of the CoW and then jointly working for the promotion of open data access and the promotion of digital agriculture research in Ethiopian Institute of Agriculture Research together with the CoW. Please. So in terms of our interest, data from CoW is, which captures our the common interests are actually remote sensing data, which could be from satellite and drone field maps, sensors data from sensor embedded in the farmers' fields, including soil moisture, soil heat, and the digital agronomic data, pests and diseases, fertilizer measurement, and the data from soil crop climate modeling outputs, and the digital climate, digital rainfall, temperature, and the using like facilities like low cost weather stations. In terms of digital agriculture, this is African map in which states that Africa goes digital. This is a 2063 program transforming Africa into the Africa we want. This is published by CTA in 2018. As you can see from the map, in Ethiopia, only 3 public institutions are represented. You can see ATA, Ministry of Agriculture, and EIR. And that is why we have every reason to really take up the responsibility to start or to begin research on digital agriculture, which can be used in the transformation agenda of the Ethiopian government. Thank you, Chipo. Please continue. So AR has taken the precedence to mainstream digital agriculture research into its system. We say that digital agriculture is not new to AR, except that efforts are being scattered here and there. And we have also historically been giving analog type of agro-advisory information services, have been packaged and disseminated to farmers. The research digital agro-advisory is an improvement over the historical approach. The first one from the digital is actually EDACAP. It is called EDACAP, Ethiopian Digital Agroclimate Advisory Platform, which has been launched last year in the presence of the Ministry of Agriculture. EDACAP generates seasonal climate predictive information using global and regional models. It analyzes and translates the pre-season climate forecast into agro-advisory services and also disseminates into the user communities. Once the growing season sets in, then EDACAP also provides an updated crop climate performance throughout the growing season, including yield estimation and service dissemination. Please. AR has, just to continue, AR has also already taken the precedence. In the DA journey, we can say that AR has made quick attempts towards reaching geo-tagged large number of farmers organized under large-scale demonstration since 2020 cropping season. And actually, the other one is about remote sensing image, where this time we have already started using drone-based surveillance, from which the background data could be coupled with ground truth data, and it can be used for really controlling some of the stresses that have been used, including the soil moisture stress, the fertilizer stress, and the diseases. So we have already started using drone technology in the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research. Please. So this was the beginning of the training given to our researchers from Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research, Ministry of Agriculture, and ATA. So this was while they have been trained for how best to use the drone. Please, drone technology. So the second actually digital technology is the wheat rust surveillance, early warning and management platform, which is being actually, this is a externally supported project by among the Ministry of Agriculture, CMIT, UKMIT, Cambridge University, and the AIR. So this is also another digital technology that we are practicing in the Institute of Agricultural Research together with these institutions. Maybe, so in the process, we have been developing and implementing an integrated wheat rust surveillance activities at national level, mainly for early detection, prevention, or response to the epidemics in good time. We have deployed the central server at AI headquarters, including information and data generation and the processing. We have developed integrated web portal at Ethiopian Institute of Agriculture Research, providing rust disease information and the report for wheat rust community. We have also developed a mobile application, which is a kind of prototype to assess disease incidence and the severity analysis, customized open data kit, and ODK aggregate to collect real-time data from the field and the reporting installations in advance to the even to the world community. Please. So this is also information related to the wheat rust. We can proceed, please. This is another information related to the wheat rust. We can proceed now. So this is also another progress, what we have been doing with respect to the wheat early warning in terms of wheat. So I don't want to go to those details. So the third one actually is in the interest of modern agriculture. DJ is modernizing AI research in crop improvement project, which is called MERCY. It rather focuses on the breeding management system, which is deployed to actually for breeding purpose and data and implement uniform data management within AIR. These are electronic field books and other data capture devices like barcoding, matching data from different sources, including breeding data, trial data, molecular markers, and so forth. Efficient data storage and retrieval, improved data accessibility and sharing, ensuring that data consistency and integrity, and the central view of data by multiple users from multiple locations in a controlled manner. These are four important areas. So MERCY is again, it is performing well across 6 research centers at Malkasa, Holeta, Bako, Ambo, Kolumsa, and the Debre Zeit research centers. So they are very much strongly networked, which can be an input for this in the CoW and the AR joint venture. Please. So we have already given a portal to the CoW. This is a screenshot of what has been going on about the CoW, about the platform. So the team of consultants have already built a dataverse at our research institute. It says this is the front page or the wallpaper. It says it starts with welcome. It says the soil, climate, and agronomy data sharing platform will be part of the data infrastructure of AIR and the coalition of the willing. So now we have already converged AIR and the CoW, where this is our interface. So from now onwards, we are going to face common challenges. Please continue. So the way we have planned our agro-advisory dissemination follows this one. Actually, this one was adapted from Dr. Kinde's presentation at particular from his presentation. So we can see that this can be planned from different stages. It can go through to the data collection and then data analysis using the software, what we call the middleware. And we can disseminate, and we also collect data from the farmers. We call them the blue collars, and we are called the researchers, and the development staff are called white collars. I'm not sure why we are called white collars, and those are called blue collars. We can say something, guys. So the whole interest is to capture first data and then process it and analyze interpret, and share those data, aiming at impact, really at creating an impact on our farmers. This is the whole process. Please. So this is an interface which we can CoW and the AR has to play together. This is an impact pathways which you have to play through the digital soil data, digital agronomy data, and also digital climate data. So this is an integrated AR and the CoW integrated platform in Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research. So we do have publications, and the CoW data sharing policies and the standardization is with us. Really, this must be a power to our work. This is must be a baseline for our strong, making strong foundation for our future move toward this digitalization of Ethiopian agriculture. Please. So AR already starting to see some of the important signs of progress, as well as notable areas for further improvement. So here we have planned some treatments on the farmers' fields, on the research centers. For example, we have planned for drought flight, drone flight, plus early detection of problems, and then like soil moisture, soil diseases and the pests, and then immediate detection and immediate remedy. And the second treatment actually is a drone could fly, but no response to any stress type, so that we can measure the values of the drone technologies and other technologies. So in that way, we can generate evidences for the policymakers to really support, to get clear and strong support from the government side. Please. So I don't want to go to detail because we are collecting this data. We are collecting from in the field. We are right now in the field. We have been traveling to the field now and then. These are some of the experiences that we have faced in Kulumsa, in Bakoji, in different research centers. So we can see how the drone is flying. And these are some of the progresses that we have seen. This is, for example, farmers' field. The one on the right-hand side is the large-scale demonstration plot of farmers at Teya, and the rest, the one on the left-hand side is the one which is being managed by individual farmers, and we can see some yellowish color, and which shows some kind of stresses, maybe because of not having no intervention from that individual farmer side. But from this side, the large-scale demonstration farmers are getting good level of support from the DS and from the research system. So this is the image we got from our drone. This is also similar to the previous one, and really this is an experience that we are learning. Actually, we are not that much interested in the output, but we are learning something from the drone technology, which makes part of the digital agriculture, Ethiopian digital agriculture. So this is also another one way. It's a breeding center. We are collecting our data, we are analyzing it, and we remain with translation into solutions. This is a AR CMIT project. This is also another project at in Tosa area, in RC region. Please let us finalize. I'm finalized actually. This is please continue. So now. No, the second one, the previous one, yeah. This is actually what I'm saying is we have joint tasks to work through, to go through over the coming 1 year. That means the issue at rest is easy to grasp. That means the first 1 year draft action plan that we have to dwell on together, CoW and EIR. You can see that we have to start the first round inflow of data in sometime in December. It is just like I said, it is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It has already started in July, so we'll also start the first filling in December. So it is just like that. So we have to continue working with fully integrated precision advisory platform at IR and the MOA, the designation of organizing committee to establish a society. We would like to establish the society of CoW and the AR, joint CoW society. So we need to designate the organizing committee, continue drafting and finalizing by the bylaw processing the legal issues, finalization of the society legal issues, and then convene the General Assembly by July or August. Please continue. So we do have challenges together. AR and the CoW has the develop, particularly it says that the demand side has already outspaced for the research supply side. And in practice, that covers almost the entire agriculture data. DA covers almost the entire agriculture data system and the factors. So AR and the CoW have to really jointly promoting the DA project is responsive to the digital, the transformative agenda, establishing strong policy advisory platform or dialogue in support of the DA technologies, enabling environment for the digitalization of Ethiopian agriculture information system, establishing an innovative platform of key digital agriculture stakeholders to promote greater knowledge sharing and partnership building. Particularly this time, we do have the draft bylaw, which brings the society into the future. So, so let us continue in the interest of time. So we do have also the challenges are also including pooling the resources in together, the missing DA midway. Sorry, I'm a bit disturbed. So enabling software and analytics, and also hardware that captures data into agriculture data systems, establishing a strong alliance with the key advisory solution providers worldwide, and partnership with local hardware service providers, and also enhance the revolutionize ICT role for agriculture innovation in Ethiopia. AIR CoW to lead at least the first wave of the startup of the project is capacitating human beings for human capacity, particularly through training. Please. So we have also learned through this process something that we can learn further from it. So it is early, limited, and mixed. The overall result suggests that really the DA solutions could achieve transformative results. It is that we have learned something from even from different other countries. And both research and development communities face significant digital literacy, really. So we have to do a lot. We don't know what is about DA in details. We have to co-learn. We have to co-devise, design, and learn from each other, from the rest of the world, and bring our DA practices into full action. We also learned that most of the funding for agriculture research has been on non-DA projects, while for far fewer investments for DA-centered projects are being supported by the government. Please. So in case of AI, we are still in the learning process of what models work best, and really we have to verify we don't have some of the verified examples and yet, but the very few research projects, less than maybe 1% currently show how really it is possible to expand the DA-based research into research projects. So we expect that at least 20% of the research projects will speak directly to the DA practices in 2021 or 2022, while the remaining 80% will be covered within 5 years to come. Otherwise, really, we can't afford by the DA demand from the government side by using the current technologies that we are dealing with. We means AR and the CoW have the potential capacity to expand the possibilities and the opportunities for the impact of digital solutions on Ethiopian agriculture. That is a lesson we learned. Nevertheless, much more research needs to be done to quantify the advantage of analog digital agriculture on the analog method. Thank you. So performing transforming Ethiopian smallholders, by the way, it's not stockholders, it is smallholders to smart farmers. This is a new frontier. Performing Ethiopian agriculture is inevitably an upcoming challenge. Transforming is inevitable, whether we like it or not. Let's organize our service in a smart way and commit to lead the issue, at least to lead the first wave, where we learn by doing. So the existing but scattered digitalized tools at AR and the CoW SARS form a power, which lead us to the DA research. One CoW one CoW, one DA research activity presents at the respective government or the NGOs, regardless of the geographic location. That means we do have 100 CoW members. When we multiply by one activity, by next year, really we expect to about 100 research activities speaking directly to CoW, I mean DA. So with DA concept and the practices, land consolidation is really not important. We can really transform our smallholders into smart farmers. Please. So Steve Jobs said, I'm as proud of many of the things we haven't done as the things we have done. Innovation is saying no to thousands of things. So let us join, please. My worry is, as you see, the development or the demand side has already flooded us. So the demand side has already flooded the supply side or the research side. And I have to complain that really there must be something, a problem with us, and we have to look inward instead of really putting our fingers into maybe any other second or third person. So with this, I would like to thank you. Please continue the last slide. I do have a group to really thank AR for the startup financial support to the DA project, and also CoW members for being the reason of AR CoW partnership, and GIZ for constantly supporting the project, and Dr. Degefie, Dr. Teklu Urkosa, Dr. Lushagat Tamane, Dr. Kende Tasfaye, Dr. Uleta Abarra. Really, they have been with us during the time of difficulty. So I would like to thank them. And let us, if you have questions, please, Dr. Degefie is around. You can raise your points to him and he can answer. But since I'm really in a very urgent mission, I will be leaving the platform right now. I would like to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Girma. That was very, that was a great presentation, very positive. And we're very excited at the collaboration of EAR and the Coalition of the Willing. So I'm going to take a few questions from the floor. As Dr. Girma is leaving, will you be available, Dr. Degefie, to answer some of them? Okay, I'm not sure if he's still there, Dr. Girma, but Dr. Degefie, maybe you can answer some of the few questions that did come through. There was a question around soil acidity and it not being mentioned as one of the challenges in Ethiopian agriculture. Why?
Yes, please. I'm here.
Did you get, okay, yeah, there was a question around why soil acidity is not mentioned as one of the challenges in Ethiopian agriculture.
I think it's as part of the presentation, it's already mentioned. And of course, it is one of the main agenda to deal with soil acidity.
Okay. Someone was asking, EIR has a data research, as a research data management and sharing policy, but it's not yet fully implemented. Why is it not being implemented and why is data sharing not being promoted already?
Okay. Maybe this is one of the challenge in most of the institutes as well as in other organizations in Ethiopia, so that we start establishing the CoW as a starting point for having at least data sharing and data access mechanism among the willing members. So yeah, somehow put his effort on this, producing some data policy, but still not implemented at all. And we are now moving from the CoW side AI also to be part and implement that kind of data sharing stuff.
Thank you. Another question is, how can we align smartness and the need for mechanization?
I'm not sure about this. I'm not a specialist in the area, but there are some efforts actually I know while I was in EAR. There is a mechanization research programs, and they started somehow to make such kind of things. But as the from Ethiopian perspective, it's a bit different, and I'm not sure at what level this kind of thing is being implemented at the moment. I'm not aware of that at all.
Dr. Luxogad, if you also have any insights, you can also chime in to any one of these. There was another question here. I don't know if you'll be able to answer. It's specific on the drones that he was showing. What is the temporal and spatial resolution on the drone images?
Okay, maybe I was the one while was the CTA gave training to EIR as well as to ATA and the Ministry of Agriculture. As far as I know, the temporal resolution is dependent on the plan we have, because it's not something in the space. We are the one managing the drone, so that we just depend on our plan to fly over the certain areas. Whereas the spatial resolution depends on the height. Normally, just have we do such kind of thing with a spatial resolution of less than 1 meters, and there is also a possibility to adjust based on the height. Maybe there is somehow someone from the team who took the training from CTA. I don't know exactly Tadassa is around here or not. Tadassa, are you here?
Yeah, I can respond to that, Doctor. I'm here.
Please go
on. Yeah, actually, as Dr. Degefie mentioned, the spatial resolution, it depends on the height. For example, for disease detection, where we fly at 20 meters, and that is almost about 1 centimeter per pixel. So it depends on our mission. For example, for taking aerial image, we fly high and we fly low. So it depends on the mission we are doing. So the resolution, it depends on that.
Yeah, so Dr. Teklu is suggesting, do you have other questions on the bigger picture? So this collaboration of EIR and the coalition of the willing, what you'd like to see coming out of it, and any remarks on that from anyone?
Yeah, maybe I would like just to put some point on these issues. When we start the coalition of the willing, as one of the members of the coalition of the willing, the aim is just to transform the agricultural sector into a digital, and for that, data sharing and data access is one of the challenge. So we just put our effort to organize on data sharing and data access, as well as capacitating ourselves into data analytics on top of that, so that we can move forward onto the digital agriculture. Because at the end of the day, what we want just to have is something to contribute in the digital agriculture, promoting of the digital agriculture. But the start is from data. Data is the base. And from Dr. Girma's presentation as well, he wants just to show us where to look into and how to proceed and how where we are moving. So that's the whole idea of the data issues, and then we want to move into the digital agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think there are no more comments or remarks from the floor. I think we can end this session here. Thank you very much, Dr. Girma, Dr. Degefie, for the presentation, and surely we truly look forward to more aligned work with EAR, and we are very, very grateful for you hosting us, and we look forward to you sharing the platform where we can all collaborate in one space.